I don't know if you can hear that. There are some very happy birds outside. Definitely feels like spring. It is currently Tuesday. Temperature is 63 degrees. It's been raining almost all day, and yesterday we had thunderstorms, which was awesome. But like, it's refreshing rain, which is nice, and not like the cold, dreary, drizzly rain that I normally associate with April. Instead of recording on Monday, I'm actually recording this on a Tuesday, which is very strange for me because I normally have more done by this point. But I had a really bad Monday and was not ready to sit in front of a camera for a while. Worked a 13-hour shift and was exhausted. Much better mood today. It's dumb. It is stupid how fickle my body really is, because I am so dependent on just a little bit amount of sunshine. If it's gloomy outside, like, my day is just kind of bleh. But the second I start to get like warmer weather and the sun starts poking out from behind the clouds, like, I am in a much better mood, and I feel the confines of my incredibly human, frail body that is so dependent on what vitamins I get from the sun. What vitamin is that? Vitamin D? Probably gonna say something really stupid. Be like vitamin K. People are gonna be like, ew, no, you don't get vitamin K from the sun. Whatever vitamins you get from the sun. So I had some adventures this weekend. Used a valet for the first time. Had never used a valet before. Went to a restaurant and dropped off my car keys. Had like a slight moment of panic attack, but then realized, you know, those valets, they drive away with cars like that Ferrari from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. They don't go joyriding in a 2002 Buick Park Avenue. Nothing to worry about. I had a good time. Saturday morning, I got up and Janice and I went to that farmer's market that's across the road, which is actually pretty cool. They call it a farmer's market, but I don't know if you're aware of this, but farmer's market in adult just means place to buy food. They had like a lemonade stand outside, and they had fresh milk, which I got really excited about. And they were making little homemade donuts, which were delicious, because yes, I bought homemade donuts. They had like the donut machine where they put the dough in, and then they had like the machine that like squirts it into the oil, and they get this one part and something goes down, so then they float down some more, and then they send this other thing, and then it goes and then they would go like dook and like tumble down. It was very amusing to watch. And they had all these different kinds of restaurants. They have a barbecue place in there with like smoked brisket and stuff. An Indian place named Swagraba, like Agrabah from Aladdin, but with swag in the front. Which cracked me up. They had a pizza place that was like all organic and like fresh mozzarella on the pizza. It was amazing. They also had like, there's a Chinese place, there's Mexican, there's a Caribbean place, which I need to try at some point for science. Like, all of them are just like in this building, and it was kind of like an atrium, and it was sunny and it was warm and it was awesome. And I'm definitely going back. It's very dangerous that this place is a block from my house, because I'm just gonna walk and get food. Then they had other cool stuff there at the farmer's market. Like, there's this guy that did paintings, pencil and paint, watercolor over it, and they were like rainbow looking, and they were so cool. Oh yeah, his name's Ben Griffith, and he had like all these prints that were very simplistic and elegant and colorful, and I love them, and definitely want to own one for myself someday. But I don't know if you're aware of this, but original art is expensive. Who knew? They did have one painting there that was of Jesus, and honestly is the first depiction of Christ that I like. I have this thing. So like, I do a lot of Catholic things, and I'm friends with a lot of Catholics, but I have some issues with Catholicism. And the biggest issue for me is I feel like some of it in some ways is idolatry, you know, because our God is a jealous God. He doesn't want anybody worshiping anything that's not him. And all these depictions of a white Jesus, guys, is Jewish. And he's from the Middle East. I don't really think he was pale. There's a lot of sun in the Middle East. But like, I get that some people need something that looks familiar. Like, I get that. I'm just saying that this depiction for me, because there's no skin color, it's coarse brushwork, so it's not like a detailed face of someone. But the fact that, like, when you look at that outside part, I like that the only thing that's colored is like the thing that made him the Son of God. Like that I don't know what you want to call it, that halo, that aura. I love that that's rainbow like that. And I love that like his heart is the only other thing that's colored, because above all else, God was all about love. The little equality agenda sign in there, I'd be probably a lot better if it didn't have a political thing in the middle of the painting and just had like just the Christ aspect of it. But I get what they're trying to say. Like, God loved everybody and God loved sinners. And good news for me. Don't know about you guys. Anyway, that painting really stuck out to me. And one of a feather. So I guess that should kind of tell you something about me. Like on this hand, I've got like this deep, insightful thoughts about this Jesus picture, and then the other one I really like, this one of a feather. I had fun there. It was really cool to see. I definitely want to go back, keep poking my nose through stuff, see what pops up. It made me miss Mom and my grandma, both my grandmas, because there's like a flower garden part that I would love to go through with David and be like, can we just buy them all of the things? I'm at war. Anyway, I went through the flower garden part, which made me miss Mom, made me miss both of my grandmas, because I just wanted to go through it with David, my brother, and be like, can we buy like grandma and mom all of the things for Mother's Day? Like all the flowers. They need some of this ornamental grass. Oh, and I've never seen this one before. Let's get them a cactus. Because I don't ever go overboard on stuff. Man, I am just so glad that I chose to record today and not yesterday. I am in a much better mood in general. I have been asked to start training people again, which is something that I really, really enjoyed doing at the Chick-fil-A I worked at back home and didn't realize how much I missed it. So work has been kind of overwhelming. There's been a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of stuff to work on, which, I mean, we're a brand new store. Apparently that's something that's very common with brand new stores. So in trying to get along the lines of being up to Chick-fil-A standards, we are just going through and training new hires a little bit more thoroughly. And I didn't realize like how much talking to other people about Chick-fil-A made me remember how much I like working for the company. Now, for that moment of time, I have like a little glimmer of hope back in my chest. Like I've got more pep in my step, sort of a deal. And it was just really good to get that chance to just sit down and explain all that new stuff to someone who had no idea about it. I like teaching people about the company I work for and why we're awesome and how we're awesome and how we can continue to be awesome together. And it's a very good spiel, I even believe it. But anyway, back to my weekend. We did the farmer's market, had a blast, saw lots of cool stuff. And then Janisa and I actually went to her parents' house. Her dad is camp director for this camp, which is pretty dope. We drove out of Nashville and headed east for an hour, I think. I don't know. Time went by really fast. But like you're like going through the mountains. It's legit mountains now, and I know it was legit mountains because there was like a turn away for the U.S. Army Appalachian Mountain something, like some sort of observatory for in the Appalachian Mountains. I was in the Appalachian Mountain Range. It's pretty cool. I don't know that I've ever gone through it and been like, this is the Appalachians, and like known that's what all these little hilly things were around me. So we're in the mountain range, right? And we're like, highways are going like this, and we turn on another road, and it's like, it's the whole thing. And then we went over this bridge, and went over this really big river body of water thing, went down on the other side, and then she just takes a left. And I'm like, oh, and there was like a sign. It was like camp retreat something. I don't remember the name. I need to remember the name because it was a pretty cool camp. So anyway, we're on this like lane, and we're like winding through the trees, and it's really thick, and there's steep hills and all this jazz. And she's showing me this camp that her family runs. Like her dad is the camp director. They just moved there November of last year, I think, and they've been slowly working on renovating all the rooms. The rooms that were renovated looked very nice. Definitely like the rooms. Like it was like they reminded me of like a Comfort Suites hotel, only with like a hardwood floor and newer lighting fixtures and just kind of chic. And like on all the windows, then they look out over this, there's like this whole lake. There's like this mountain here, and so like they have like the main lodge building with like the hotel rooms here, and this mountain, and it goes down, and then there's just this lake, which is really cool. And then there's like another mountain on the other side of it going up, and it was really neat. So I crashed with her there, got to meet her parents. We did go into town because they had a traveling Vietnam War memorial thing, and they wanted to see that, so I went with them to that. And then we went to eat Italian at this restaurant that was it was a house that was built in the 20s. No, it's a house that was built in the Victorian era. I don't remember the exact year. It was a bigger house, and they totally turn it into like this restaurant that people eat there, and it's made to be like a very family style of dining, but there's like individual rooms, and each of the rooms were named after a different kind of wine. It was just kind of more of an intimate setting. Like you didn't feel like you were in a restaurant, even though it was a restaurant. And they made all the food in this kitchen. It was a pretty big kitchen, but like it was kind of like someone was having you over to their house, which is cool. I really liked it. And the food was delicious to begin with. Pretty sure that's the first time in my life I've ever had homemade pasta. It was amazing. So we did that Saturday night, and then Sunday I got a tour of the camp, which is really cool. Got to see all the different kind of style buildings they have. And then I did something I've never done before, and I painted on canvas. Apparently Janice and her sister have been doing this a lot. They'll pull up like a YouTube video of something that's painting for beginners, and it's kind of like people emulating Bob Ross but doing it on YouTube. And it's like, here's an easy finger paint that we're gonna be doing, and like we're trying to copy the finger painting that they're showing us and stuff. We didn't paint with fingers. I do not like things on my hands that are dirty or sticky or tacky or ugh. I prefer my hands to be clean, please, thank you. So we did a painting with Q-tips. So like this first picture I have is the canvas that I primed by myself to do, because I didn't know that you have to prime canvas, but we do. So it's the canvas that we have all primed and ready to go, and a little plate we have with our paint colors. We only used 5. And then the YouTube video all pulled up and ready to go. And then the next picture I have is the background that we did. So mine is the one obviously that's closest to me. And then you can see Jordan's and then Janice's. No, Janice's then Jordan's. That's right. So you can see mine, and then you can see Janice's, then Jordan's. So here you can see the background that I did for mine, and my gradient that I did so well on, I pride myself on. And then we added grass, and I was not thrilled with my grass. I still remain unthrilled with my grass. The start of our stalks for our flowers, and you can see my paint mixes are getting a little bit more mixed up. We let that dry, and the last step we did was we added the little dandelion fluffs with the Q-tips. So this is what I ended up with, which, I mean, I'm okay with it. The ending painting was actually supposed to have these things going this way, but I like made this one too close to these guys, so then there was no room for these things to blow away, so I made them go the other way because reasons. I'm pretty proud of it. This is my first time ever painting on canvas, so be nice. I think it looks okay. Doesn't look too shabby. Looks like my favorite kind of day. 74 degrees with a breeze. It's got wishes blowing away. I like it. So instead of keeping it, I'm gonna give it to the one person that would cherish it more than me, and I'm gonna give it to my mom. I say one person. Grandma, I know that you would appreciate it too, but I think I'm gonna give it to Mom for Mother's Day, because she's kind of always equated dandelions to me. I feel totally safe putting this on YouTube, by the way, because like she never watches these. Besides, I'm getting her a bunch of other stuff. In which case, if she is watching this, I mean, I didn't get you anything else, only expect the painting. So people that know her, like Connie and Grandma, zippy lippy, say nothing, nada, zilch, please, thank you. But yeah, so I had fun painting, and then drove home from the mountains when it was dark out on winding roads in the rain that was cold and made fog. So that was an experience. Would definitely say that I don't enjoy driving at night in the rain anyway, just because it's really hard to see for me. I feel like it's really hard to see. Do not like, no me gusta. Add to that I'm in mountains and the roads like to do this, and I'm used to Indiana where the roads do this. I like it in the day when I can see what's around the corner. At night, in the rain, in the dark, not fun. Add to that fog, and I was really not a happy camper. But I made it out okay. I'm here. But yeah, it's my weekend. Pretty good weekend, I can say so myself. I'm pretty excited for Thursday, because hello, new Avenger movie. Super stoked. Gonna go see it Thursday night with my roommate and Janissa. Gonna see some superhero like bash, pow, all sort of onomatopoeia words. Other than that, since it is Tuesday, I do have to stop recording because I don't want to be late for church tonight. Going to Kairos, like I usually do. Love it. So, and you guys know, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it. You ready? Thank you for spending time with me again on your Wednesday, if this comes out on a Wednesday. On your Wednesday, because I'm making this come out on a Wednesday. Even if it's at midnight. So thank you for spending some time with me on this Wednesday. Really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great week.